Welcome to the Vetlexicon user guide for the companion animal services Canis, Felis, Lapis and Exotis. Vetlexicon services fit into the portfolio of services that Vetstream provides as shown here. The editorial content is produced by more than 1,000 key opinion leaders who have provided and peer-reviewed the content, and there is more than 1,000 diseases of the dog and 2,500 images on Felis. The majority of the content is text, and then there are also images, video and owner fact sheets, as you can see here. The whole point of the service is to give you the facts when you need them. So if you're not sure about a patient in front of you or a procedure you're about to do, then the whole point is to give you something in the palm of your hand or desktop which you can access, giving you the quality content provided by more than 1,000 opinion leaders in templates, in variety of formats like articles and videos and sounds, and linked to other content, so you can find the information you need for your clinical caseload. The challenge is, of course, that books are never in the right place, or they were printed some time ago and therefore the question mark over them as to whether they're up to date or not. There's also very little opportunity to link to published papers from paper textbooks, whereas Vetlexicon has these features and so hopefully helps you in your case. So what is it? It's basically an online hyper textbook. The content is in lecture note style of content, bullet points and highlighting content with headings and subheadings. The contributors are listed and can be selected to find out more information about them. Social icons and print icons, so you can share that content or print it. The headings within a content piece are shown here. And then on the right hand side, the related images are shown as thumbnails, and they can be expanded later, as you'll see. And related articles and videos and things are also shown on this right hand side. Information about the contributors can be found by selecting their name as shown in this red rectangle, and that will take you from that button across into the contributor page for Agata, and the information shows here her qualifications, what content she's provided, and it's mainly related to Exotis, which is her professional interest, a short summary of her biography and any published papers, so you can see the contributors and what they've provided, the information relating to our services. The content is split into 24 categories, ranging from anesthesia to urinary. All you need to do is select the category of interest and you'll be taken to the page where that's listed. Please note that content can appear in more than one category, so it could appear in anesthesia, critical care and cardiology, for instance. We hope this is helpful to give you access to the content wherever you might be needing to find it. The alternate way of searching for content is via keywords, and that is placed on the top menu bar. You simply type in the search term you're interested in. You can then adjust your search using these options and filters here, and then also on the left hand side you can filter the search according to the species you're interested in, and you can select one or more of them, or the content type, articles and videos for instance, and you can select one or more of them. Canis is in red and the icon of the content type is shown in the middle. Felis is in yellow, and so on, as you can see here. The color codes and the icons are there to help you navigate and see which bit of content you're going to be looking at. The content is templated to make it easy to access the precise information you're looking for. So in a disease like feline infectious peritonitis, the main headings that you might be looking for are shown in this blue lozenge: introduction, pathogenesis, diagnosis, treatment, prevention and outcomes. Whereas in an active ingredient like pimobendan, uses, administration, pharmacokinetics, precautions and adverse reactions. You simply select the title that you're interested in, the blue lozenge, and you will be taken to that place within the content. Images first appear on the right hand side as thumbnails, and then when they're selected they appear in larger screen, and if they have a hand icon underneath them, then the arrows will be displayed to show the features you're looking at. This can be useful to help a new colleague in the practice see some of the features on the radiology that you might be interested in, or it could be to explain to an owner what the images are on the radiograph that you're looking at with them. In addition, related articles are shown on the right hand side as well, so you can click and go to them to get further information relating to what you might be seeing on the radiograph or image that you're seeing here. Videos are listed, and if you go along the horizontal tabs of a main category page, you will see the types of content displayed, and when selecting a red square with the video icon, it will then pull up the video, which, if selected, will simply play for you. There are a variety of images, some normals and abnormals, to help you differentiate between conditions that you might be looking at, or to help a colleague understand, or to help an owner have more understanding of the particular items that may be relevant for their pet. Surgery is described in a step-by-step process, and the icons within the text will display the same images as is shown on the right hand side here. Some are colour images, others are line drawings, and those are displayed on the right here. And then there are also links to relevant videos which can be selected within this window and play if they're selected. The formulary is deliberately showing only active ingredients and also an overview of particular groups such as glucocorticoids, and this summary overview gives you a description of the different types of glucocorticoids that you might be looking at, in this case in rabbits, and selecting the name of the active ingredient, in this case prednisolone, would take you to the active ingredient relating to that. So you can then select the items you're interested in, prednisolone, from the blue lozenge to get to the information precisely that you're looking at. And all the active ingredients will be set out in the same way to make it easy to navigate for you. The owner fact sheets have a little eye in the middle of their coloured square. Selecting them will pull them up into the main screen. They normally have an image associated with each one, and also are in a question and answer format, because we feel this is most helpful for owners who will probably be asking questions and give you the answers to provide for them, and can be printed off using the print icon to give to them as take away pieces of information to help explain to their friends and family. There are a whole series of diagnostic trees. These can be accessed via the main category screen, and then they display as listed. In this case they're in yellow, so they're from Felis. Selecting the one you might be of interest would be, in this instance, collapse, will take you to the diagnostic tree, and within the diagnostic tree where there is relevant content, it will be underlined and coloured in blue to take you to that information. So you can move from the diagnostic tree across into the other tests or the conditions that it might be. Active ingredients are listed under the pharmacology and therapeutics section. We do link to the names of products, and in the UK the NOAA compendium lists those, and so we provide a link to them. If you're in other countries such as the Netherlands, then you will see a different banner which will take you to the Dutch equivalent of the NOAA compendium, where you can see the product labels and that are licensed in your country. And we have the same information in the US of A for Vetalytics. So the icon over there would be displayed for Vetalytics and enable people to those access to those product labels from that banner. An evidence-based approach is increasingly important, and we have got the content, for instance, in here on Alabama rot. At the end of the article is a section called Further Reading, and those then list the key articles that may be relevant, but then we also have pre-programmed searches embedded within VetMed Resource and PubMed at the top, so that will give you the most recently published information in the last 12 months, followed by other articles that the authors feel are important relating to that topic. So if I selected VetMed Resource for Alabama rot, I would be taken across to the VetMed Resource site where the abstracts published in the last 12 months would be listed, and if I have a license to that VetMed Resource, I would be able to get to it, and or access to the primary literature if I have access to the full journals. Otherwise, I will see the papers listed on this extra site. A lot of the professional associations publish guidelines to help users know particular sets of information on particular topics that are relevant. The ones here show the WSAVA's Animal Welfare Guidelines and also the BSAVA's COVID-19 Guidelines. These are displayed adjacent to the peer-reviewed text and can take people directly to that information on those associations' websites. We also feature the best bets for vets, links to the reviews of particular clinical topics on the Best Bets for Vets website produced by the University of Nottingham, and try and display that where that information is going to be most helpful to you as users. Within the service, we now have an account settings area where you can see the services that you have got and subscribed to, and gives you an opportunity to add an additional subscription if you would like to have that information, as well as all the other usual features which you'd expect, like your usernames, your addresses and other account details. You can also, from your account settings page, change your subscription from being an individual one to being a practice subscription to enable more team members to access the content. Username and password is the usual method of authentication, but we can also deliver you a wider access using IP authentication, APIs and other method called dynamic linking. Please contact us and we will provide the information to help you get set up in that way to give all of your colleagues access in the practice and also when they're away from the practice. So the benefits, we hope, of Vetlexicon are that they keep you up to date yourself, giving you greater confidence and access to the content you want. It supports the provision of content for perhaps less experienced colleagues and or veterinary nurses who may not have experienced a particular condition before, rather than trying to find and perhaps use textbooks which may not be where you need them to be. So this information hopefully will lead to you keeping cases and working them up in a more comprehensive manner, and gives you an increased saving in time because you'll be able to access the information right when you need it, and it's cross-linked to other information where you can check and broaden your search. It's also very useful for enhancing client communications, as they increasingly want to know what is being proposed for their animals, and so you can now show them the pictures or the videos of the procedure and techniques that you might be recommending for their particular animal. There's obviously a significant saving on the regular purchasing of textbooks, and a significant benefit in additional content on an evidence-based approach where you can access further content sources to support your decision making. We work with a variety of associations as their partners and promote them and link to their professional guidelines, as I have illustrated. We believe in supporting our services, and so programs like this, the webinar and recordings of these how-to guides, we also provide these as PDFs for you to be able to have access to from our website and others. And we also provide obviously telephone support via our usual telephone number, and then you'll see on all the pages this red support button, which will give you an opportunity to provide the details of the issue you're experiencing, and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can to support whatever the technical query is that you might have. We do believe in keeping you up to date with changes in the content, and we produce these posters and we'll send them as PDFs to the nominated account at the practice. You'll also see that our QR codes in each piece to enable you to use a smartphone to scan these images, and it will then take your smartphone directly to the piece of information that's illustrated on this poster. We also send out weekly e-newsletters to subscribers identifying the new content that we've added on each of the services. One of these e-newsletters goes out each week so that you won't get fatigued by having too many of these, but hopefully it will identify the new content that is available for you as a subscriber. We provide a list to show the names of the contributors by section, and you'll find links to them within the services. I hope this guide helps you get started using Vetlexicon. We really value feedback from subscribers and very much hope that you'll be back in touch with us to advise us of any new features, any new content or anything you might like us to be able to provide, and we'll do our level best to add it in. Thank you so much. Please do contact me via my email address, which I've shown on this presentation, and we look forward to hearing your feedback about the services. Thank you so much.